Thanks so much, Karen. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lily Sublik, and I am the staff person for the Division of Financial Regulation, who is leading this hearing. Excuse me while I just move my notes over. So I am the hearing officer for today's hearing on the proposed rulemakings to clarify and update requirements related to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, or NAIC, accreditation standards. Also in attendance is Karen Winkle, the Division Rules Coordinator, who is recording today's hearing. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2025, and the time is 11:03 Pacific time. This public hearing is being conducted via Microsoft Teams. And we will begin with introductions of who is here for the public hearing. For the record, please state your name and affiliation.
Hi, my name is Antoinette Iwachi, and I am the Senior Public and Regulatory Affairs Specialist for Cambia Health. And I am here to listen and also to provide testimony. Thank you.
Thank you, Antoinette.
Hi, my name is Ryan Chifo. I'm the Director of Government and Regulatory Affairs with the Standard. Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan.
Hi, I'm Dan Shelp, Chief Counsel for Regulatory Affairs for the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. I'm here at the invitation of the Oregon Department, and I am the liaison from the legal division with our accreditation program team.
Thanks, Dan.
Hi, I'm John Walker from the Oregon Health Authority, the Department of the Office of Actuarial and Financial Analytics.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Rick. Hang on. I'm Rick Blackwell. I'm with Pacific Source Health Plans. I'm only here to observe.
Go ahead, Sage.
Hi, my name is Sage Johnson. I'm a policy fellow with Oregon Consumer Justice, and I am just here to listen. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Feldheim. I'm a senior policy advisor with the division. Kind of here is just kind of policy support and backstopping Lily on this. So thank you.
I'm Jill Schlosser with DFR, and I'm just here to observe.
Thank you. I believe we have everyone. Is there anyone else who has not yet stated their name and affiliation? I don't believe so. Okay. This is the time and place set for a public rulemaking hearing to receive testimony on whether the division should revise the NAIC accreditation rules. Notice for today's hearing was published in the Oregon Bulletin on October 1st, 2025. Notice was also distributed to persons on the division's mailing list and to other interested parties. A copy of the notice of hearing, together with the notice of proposed rulemaking and statement of need and fiscal impact, is contained in the master file and is made part of the record. Today's hearing will be conducted according to the Oregon Administrative Procedures Act, Oregon Revised Statutes, Chapter 183, and the Attorney General's Model Rules of Procedure. This is Karen, is this a hybrid hearing?
No, just virtual today.
Yeah, thank you. This is a virtual hearing being conducted through Microsoft Teams. Written comments will be accepted until 5 p.m. Pacific Time, October 30th, 2025. No other comments or exhibits will be accepted after that date and time. Anyone who wishes to testify at today's hearing should state their name and affiliation, if any. The division does not respond to comments or questions during the hearing. After the close of the public comment period, I will prepare a report for review by the division administrator as part of the formal rulemaking process. At this time, if you joined the meeting after I started speaking, please identify yourself so that we can include you as part of the attendance record. I don't believe there are any people joined after. Okay, I will go into the background and history. The NAIC accreditation program ensures that accredited state insurance departments meet baseline standards of solvency regulation, consumer protection, and allows for interstate cooperation. In other words, NAIC accreditation allows states to rely on the regulatory oversight of other accredited state insurance departments. This creates substantial efficiency for insurance regulators and particularly for insurance companies. From time to time, NAIC accreditation standards and related model laws and regulations are revised to address emerging issues. The standards implemented in the Senate Bill 831 from 2025 add tools to enhance group solvency supervision, specifically the group capital calculation and the liquidity stress test, and also added best practices regarding receivership. These standards must be adopted by January 1st, 2026 to maintain accreditation, and some aspects of the new accreditation provisions require rulemaking to implement the law. The proposed rule changes include, first, the proposed rule changes add these required provisions to existing rules. And they include adding a definition for group capital calculation and providing explanation of the concept of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners Liquidity Stress Test Framework. It creates a new rule that outlines the insurance commissioner's discretion to determine exemptions from filing the annual group capital calculation. And in relation to insurer requirements to give notice of proposed transactions pursuant to Oregon Revised Statutes 732-574, adds additional information regarding the data of an insurer that are subject to cost sharing and management service agreements. It also adds provisions related to access to staff and essential services during supervision, seizure, conservatorship, or receivership. Also adds provisions to extend certain affiliate commitments to a guarantee association as appropriate in certain circumstances. Is there anyone on the call who wishes to testify at this time?
Hi, Lily. This is Antoinette from Cambia Health Solutions. I plan to testify.
Go ahead.
Okay. And my apologies for not being on camera. I'm actually away at a conference and had to excuse myself to attend the hearing. And I'm calling in from my phone. So my apologies again for not being able to be on camera. Again, my name is Antoinette Iwachi, and I am the Senior Public and Regulatory Affairs Specialist for Cambia Health Solutions. I am testifying on behalf of Cambia Health, the state's largest health insurer. Cambia Health operates Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oregon and Bridgespan Health Plans, and is a not-for-profit health insurer dedicated to improving the health and well-being of our members and the communities we serve. Thanks again for the opportunity to provide testimony on the proposed rules filed on September 25th, 2025, implementing Senate Bill 831 and adopting updated NAIC accreditation standards. My testimony focuses specifically on the need to establish a clear annual submission date for the group capital calculation requirement. During the first Rule Advisory Committee meeting on July 23, 2025, it was confirmed that the group capital calculation report under the new standards will apply to carriers beginning with the 2026 data that will be submitted in 2027. As such, we respectfully request that the division amend the proposed rules to specify an August 1st, 2027 submission date for the first report and an August 1st as an annual submission date for subsequent reports, or alternatively, July 1st if the DFR needs an earlier date. This recommendation is based on several operational considerations. First, the group capital calculation and liquidity stress tests are complex and resource intensive. Second, earlier submission dates would conflict with other critical financial reporting deadlines, including annual statements and audits. And third, the absence of specified submission date in the proposed rules creates operational uncertainty that hinders proper planning and resource allocation. We request the DFR to consider our comments and amend the proposed rules accordingly. Written comments were also submitted prior to the hearing. Thanks again for your consideration and our written comments and testimony.
Thank you, Antoinette. Is there anyone else on the call who wishes to testify at this time?
This is Dan Shelp with the NAIC, and I'd like to testify at this time. And this is in response to Ms. Woki. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that comments that just commented. That question has been raised by several states with the NAIC because it's not addressed in our model regulation, the insurance holding company model regulation, model 450. It is somewhat addressed in the 2020 revisions to our insurance holding company model act, model 440, and it just requires an annual filing of the group capital calculation, doesn't really give a specific date. We would expect the NAIC for accreditation purposes that as long as it is an annual filing, that the exact date is not problematic with us. And that is the advice we have given other states. But generally speaking, that is not that the requirements for that wouldn't be found in the regulation, it'd be found in your statutes. If I could give a separate bit of testimony, I am the primary liaison attorney with our accreditation program. All matters of accreditation with individual states are considered to be regulator only and thereby confidential. What I can say is that I have had numerous conversations with the Oregon Division of Insurance regarding both their statute and regulations. In these discussions, we've discussed various issues, and I believe that the finished product would, in my opinion, meet the NAIC accreditation standards. That's not a decision for me to make. The NAIC's Financial Regulation Standards and Accreditation F Committee has the final call on that determination. But I do not find these regulations to be problematic with respect to the exemptions for the group capital calculation. With respect to the provisions regarding receivership, those are part of the 2021 revisions to Model 450. For accreditation purposes, those revisions are considered permitted but not required. So the NAIC legal division would not have any issues with those revisions as well. And that consists of my testimony. I'd be happy to answer any questions for anybody.
Thank you, Dan. Is there anyone else on the call who wishes to testify at this time? Not hearing anyone else who wishes to testify at this time. Karen, is it okay if I move on?
Yes,
Okay,
we
thank
can
you.
move on. Yeah.
Okay. If you provided oral testimony or if you want to provide written testimony, please send a copy or summary of testimony to Karen Winkle. Her contact email address is listed on the notice of proposed rulemaking. Once again, written comments will be accepted until 5 p.m. Pacific Time, October 30th, 2025. No other comments or exhibits will be accepted after that. After the close of the public comment period, I will prepare a report to submit to the Division Administrator for his review. The time is now 11:17 a.m., and this concludes the public hearing. Thank you.